Hello, Ms. Warner and I are so excited to have our traditional remote students come back to school. We've been working for so long, preparing for you to come back, and today you're going to be able to see what it will look like when you return. So first, I wanted to remind everybody that we have a mission, and we've always had a mission. Our mission is to ensure that our students are thriving today, and when you grow up, you're successful. How are we doing that? We do that in two ways. We do that with student achievement and with community involvement. So our community is not just our Stallings community. Families, it's also all of you. And you all have been fabulous during this time. We know how difficult it is, and we're going to ask that you continue to support us even more. So not only will we lead like stars, safe, teamwork, accountable, respectful, all of our students will. Families, we're really going to need your help with that. As you see, in order to keep everybody safe, social distance, we're going to count on you to be accountable in picking up and dropping off. So just as a plant grows, that's what we're going to do. We're planting the seed. That's our mission. Our vision to make sure our students are successful comes from careful attention. So thank you for paying careful attention to what we're about to show you. First comes our hybrid schedule of cohort A and cohort B. And we are going to show these again and again, so families, you don't have to remember what time do I arrive, what time do I dismiss. But most importantly, what we want you to know is for arrival, our bell schedule for cohort A hasn't changed. You arrive at 8:45. For our arrival time for cohort B, it has changed. It's at 12:45. And for our kinder students in cohort B, you can see it's at 1:15. For our little kinders, it's the same, 8:45 for cohort A. And so while this may seem complicated, it's not going to be if all of us work together. 8:45 arrival means 8:45 arrival. We cannot open up our gates any sooner because, as you know, our kids won't be able to walk around on the playground. Our teachers will sometime in the day be able to let them take a break. But for arrival, please make sure, parents, that you are staying with the kids, staying in the car until we open the gates for arrival time. Ms. Warner, in just a moment, will talk about what dismissal will look like. But of course, we're all used to these. Our masks. The only reason I'm not wearing one is because Mrs. Thomas, who's our videographer, is 6 feet away, and Ms. Warner is more than 6 feet away. But all of us know once you enter campus, you have to wear the mask. And as a reminder, the mask goes over your nose, otherwise it doesn't do any good. So Ms. Warner is going to be talking to you about what dismissal will look like.
Although Dr. Strasser showed you one way you will be wearing your masks, you may see teachers in classrooms wearing a visor like this. While they're in the classroom, they're able to wear the visor instead of a mask so students can see their teacher's face and have a better understanding of what they're saying. But once they go out of the classroom, a mask must go on. They can choose to wear it under the visor or take the visor off and carry on. I'm going to talk to you about our dismissal process. As Dr. Strasser shared, the start times, our end times for cohort A look very different than our normal school day, as it's a shortened day. Our kindergartners are here 30 minutes less than all of our other students. So our kindergartners will dismiss at 10:45, whereas our first through sixth graders and any of the students in our SH class in cohort A will dismiss at 11:15. For cohort B, our kindergartners start a little bit later so that they can dismiss with the rest of the school. Everyone in cohort B will dismiss at 3:15. In order to stay socially distanced and safe, though, we will be staggering our dismissal. Our first group of students to dismiss in both cohort A and cohort B will be our siblings. They will meet on the star spot just like they always have, so this will be nothing new. We will then begin to release walkers so that they can clear the campus, And then we will move on to our primary students, working our way up to our sixth graders. Our primary students will continue to meet out in front of the school, socially distanced, and our upper graders with siblings and any upper graders who are solo will wait down on Fullerton, socially distanced. Parents, as you hear the staggered schedule, obviously we can't do all of that at 3:15 or at 11:15, so we will start a little sooner. If you are someone who's typically here a little earlier, then you could continue to do that and be ready to go. As our students are staggered released from their classrooms, they will be able to pick up their grab and go meals every single day for every student. They will receive a breakfast for the next day, as well as a lunch, depending on what cohort they're in. Their lunch may be for that day or for the following day. Arrival in front of the school will be for all students K through 6 who choose to get dropped off here. Our kindergarten, first and second graders will use the first half of the drop-off to come up the stairs and proceed to the kindergarten gate. Our third through sixth graders will move a little further down before they make their entry. Our arrival times may have changed slightly, but our arrival procedures are basically the same. Our students will still continue to get dropped off on Fullerton or in front of the school or walk up from the neighborhoods. Once our kindergarten, first and second graders make their way up the stairs in front of the school, they will wait on stars until they are allowed entry into the kindergarten gate. Once they come in through the gate, our kindergartners will go to their right, where they will get scanned by a temperature scanning gun, and then they will wait on the stars until their teachers bring them into the classrooms. Our first and second graders will proceed to the gate at the end of the kindergarten yard, where they will then have their temperature scanned. First and second graders will wait on the stars outside this gate. Once they are scanned at the gate, they will enter and they will line up on their stars that are 6 foot distance for all of our first and second grade classrooms. Their teachers will then meet them at the stars. While some students will be scanned using a kiosk, other students will be scanned with a handheld thermometer. When they walk up to the gate, there are 2 ways we can scan their temperature: on their forearm or on their foreheads. All clear, and then they may proceed through the gate.
And this is where our 3rd through 6th grade, who gets dropped off on Fullerton or who come walking this way, this is one way in which you will get your temperature checked as you enter school. Grades 3 through 6 only. While you're waiting, Mrs. Thomas, where do they stand? And so while our 3 through 6 walkers and Fullerton drop-offs go to that gate, we will have some of our grades 3 through 6 who come to the front of Stallings. So what do? You exit, you walk up this way, notice the 6 foot stars while you're waiting. You'll come all the way through here, follow the stars to room 17, where we will have your temperature checked by a kiosk. So families and students, this is what your classroom will look like. It looks a little different, but it's safe. You'll be able to see your partner and see your teacher and still learn. That's what arrival for 3 through 6 will look like. You'll have 2 locations. Once your temperature is checked, you'll proceed to your classrooms. And outside your classrooms, there are stars to make sure that everyone is safely 6 feet apart.
Thank you for watching our video on our brief overview of arrival and dismissal procedures for our return to school.
We know it looks so different, but students and families, you've done such a great job. And so if you have any questions, please ask your teachers, call the office. This is going to be awesome. We're so excited to have you return on January 11th. Thank you to Mrs. Thomas for putting all of this together. We appreciate her. And all of us are looking forward to leading like stars. We're going to be safe, show teamwork, be accountable and respectful. And until January 11th, have a wonderful day. Peace out.